So the topic of this video today is you tolerate less BS when you quit alcohol. Now this video is just going to be raw and it's a story which has happened to me over the last couple of days, so I thought I'd share it. I can definitely relate it back to quitting alcohol. I had this observation about the whole situation. That rhymed. Right, okay, so basically, when you drink alcohol or you take drugs, you, and be honest with yourself, because you know this is true, when you drink, obviously you get a hangover. When you want to drink, you don't always want to drink alone. So you'll just drink with anyone. You'll just make friends with people. You'll have loads of acquaintances. And this was me. Did it all the time. I would literally go out with anyone, go back to any house party, anyone who wanted to stay up and take drugs, drink alcohol, I would do it. I would be their friend. Been sober for 5 years now, okay? Well, coming up to 5 years, I think in like 2 weeks. Last 2 years has been a bit of a struggle with like dating, meeting friends. Obviously, I'm in my mid-30s now as well, so things have changed quite a lot. You know, as you get older, it's harder to meet new people. You have a lot more commitments, and more importantly, people around you, they've got families, they're in relationships, they're busy with work. It's not like you were when you were 20. So anyway, I've dated loads of girls over the last 9 months. I've been living in Bali, Thailand, Vietnam, back to Thailand, now I'm in Vietnam. So I went on a date with this girl the other day. 26, English is like a 6 out of 10. She's from Saigon, Vietnam. I thought, yeah, she's a nice girl. And I've dated loads of girls lately. I thought she's quite cute. She's quite petite, like. Hope she doesn't watch this. She doesn't speak much English, if she won't understand. She's like 5 foot, cute, feminine. Like we go for food. Like every man wants. They want like a feminine woman. Like I go for food with her. I'm sitting down with her. She like places my chopsticks because they don't use cutlery here. So she like gives me chopsticks. She's like, "Do you want some of this sauce?" Like she like does everything for me. Obviously I'm paying, but she's like kind of like showing that like wife material. So I'm thinking like, oh, she's really nice. So this date, we went on 2 dates, okay? I know it's only 2 dates. It's like, 2 dates. But we spent like a combined probably about 6, 7 hours together. And when you just meet someone and you just have like this chemistry, like, you're like close, you get on well, you just feel like it's just right. And you're like, this is good. When you go on a bad date, you kind of know, you're like, can't wait to get away from this person. And, oh, do they like me? You like start thinking. But when you're with someone that you like and they like you, you're just in your own body. You're just like, you're not thinking about what to say. Bear in mind, we couldn't even speak. We can't have a proper conversation. So there's a lot of like hand gestures. What's that? Non-verbal cues. I think like 70% of communications through body language. Anyway, so we go on 2 dates. The second one is like a dinner date and we have a good time. Next day, we're like, right, let's speak on iMessage. And this is where it all goes downhill. Previously, we were speaking on the dating app and then we're speaking on IG. So, iMessenger's got the do not disturb feature. So it's like 7 o'clock. I put my phone on do not disturb. I'm like just chilling out on my bed, watching some. What was I watching? Something to do with personal development. And then I check my messages and it's like, oh, you're on a date with someone else with like a clown face emoji. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, right, okay. When someone says that to you, that means that they're doing the same thing. It's like, if they're accusing you of something, 9 times out of 10, well, 10 times out of 10, they're doing the same thing. So I'm like, no. I'm like, that's something like you would do if you're saying that. And she's like, no. And anyway, she starts being like really toxic, and then like, are you gonna get married? And I'm like, oh my god. But when we're on a date together, she's telling, this is quite different to the alcohol video, but just stick with me because it all ties in. And it's, you know, a day-to-day life occurrence for a man, woman, whoever you are, getting sober, relationships, you know. Anyway, she's like, when we're on the date, she's telling me like the last boys that she's met were like foreigners, just want to use her, and they don't want to take her out on dates and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, well, why am I taking you for dinner then if your people that you've been with in the past don't want to take you for dinner? And I'm thinking, like, is she a good girl? So like I get a couple of red flags, and then I get the clown emoji text the next day, you're dating someone else. So I'm like, okay. So anyway, I'm like, okay, like this girl's nice, I kind of like her. And then the next day I've just got this anxiety, and she's just like pushing me for answers, like, so are you going to get married? I'm like, I've just met you, like why are you asking me this? Personally, I don't believe in marriage. I don't think it's good for a man, like especially marrying like a Vietnamese woman. Like she doesn't bring anything to the table apart from her. Like I have to pay for everything. Like she doesn't speak English. It's like, you know, it would be stupid for me to like say I'm gonna marry you. Like anyway, I'm like, do you want to come over my house? Ask her to come over after we've like had a bit of a back and forth. And she's like, no, I'm sick, but we'll meet in the next couple of days. I'm like, okay, no worries. So this is where it gets interesting. Bearing in mind, I met her right on a dating app, and we were talking back and forth. She gives me a WhatsApp, and I send her a WhatsApp message, and she doesn't receive it, or she can't open her WhatsApp. And I'm going for a walk down this beach where I live, and her photo is like just like a filtered face. Like Asian people have like filtered over their face that you can't tell really who they are. So I'm walking towards this girl. She's really pretty. I'm like looking at her, and she's like, I'm looking at her, and she goes, "Bear," and I'm like, "Yeah." Oh, we speak on the dating app. And I'm like, okay. So started on this walk, finished on this walk. Yesterday, I was going for a walk, right? Listen to this book called Letting Go. I don't know if you've listened to it before, but it's basically like letting go of stuff that comes up, arguments, people, grief, whatever. So I'm walking down, and then I see this guy with this girl. I'm like, oh, she's quite cute. Bet this guy doesn't have any problems with women. You know, why am I having such issues? And as I'm walking closer and closer, I noticed like this tattoo on the back. When I'm on a date with this girl, she's like showing me a tattoo that she's had laser removed, but it's still sort of there. And as I'm getting closer and closer, I'm like, I recognize that tattoo. Yeah. And I was walking fast, they were walking slow, but I think she saw me anyway. Because she was like kind of like looking towards and had her hair down like that. So as I walked past, I just like looked, and she just kind of like gave me this face like, oh, she's caught me. So the moral of the story is, if I wasn't sober and I was just in a constant destructive cycle of drinking, feeling lonely, all that jazz, you know, I'd probably, I would probably not seen the red flags at the beginning. And basically what I'm trying to say is when you quit alcohol, like you have no time for crap. You see through people's lies. That's the moral of the story. You won't put up with people's crap because you value your own time. You're building something. Like we didn't quit alcohol to just be what we were doing before, like going to the pub, hanging around pointlessly. Like we quit alcohol because we want to improve our lives. You don't have time for people like this. You can see through people's lies. So I thought I'd share that story with you. It's a little bit unrelated, but it is related. But I don't have time for people anymore who are like that. Like I don't want to put up with that. And I'm sure you don't want to put up that either. I bet right now there's people in your life that you know aren't good for you, but you still hang around with them. Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to be with someone on a Sunday like your ex or some person you know is not good for you? When you're hungover, tired, why wouldn't you? You'd want comfort, wouldn't you? You'd want to be with someone. You wouldn't want to be alone. You wouldn't want to be alone with your own feelings. And I promise you, right? The ability to walk away from people is only something I've had in the past, like 3 years. Mainly because I didn't value myself when I was drinking alcohol. And it's true. Why would I? Why would I value myself? Getting a bit of a dry mouth. Why would I value myself if I'm trying to escape my own life, escape my own reality? Then obviously I'm not happy with the reality I'm in. So obviously I'm trying to escape something. So if I can be with someone who's not good for me, or I can take something that takes me away, then I'll do it. But trust me, guys, honestly, like, it's one of the underrated benefits when you quit drinking. Like, you will not put up with crap. You don't have time to put up with crap. I've come to the conclusion, right, whether it's friends, relationships, if I meet someone and they're a bit weird, like, I'll give them like 2 strikes. If they say like weird stuff or I just don't like the way they are, I won't hang around with them anymore. Because I'm telling you this, right, over the last 9 months of traveling, I've met some good people and they don't have time for drama. And some of them, they're not sober, but they just don't drink because they're building businesses. Like, I'll go out with them. They're not sober, like nothing bad has happened, but they just simply don't have time to drink because they're dealing with people, they're building something. They know that life is good without alcohol. So, I want to leave you with that story. Not sure what I'll call it, but yeah, just don't put up with crap.